Yo, what's good, YouTube? Sam Crow here, back with the United Battle Championship, Season 6, Week number 6, and we're taking on Nada Please, coach of the Memphis Guzzlords. And we are obviously Sam Crow, aka Scoop, coach of the Blackmont Raikougars. Our team is, as always, Manatee, Z Manatee, that is. Mega Charizard X, Fortress, Decidueye, Togekiss, Necrozma, Scolipede, Licky Licky, Hitmonlee, and Stunfisk. Our opponent's rocking the Kieran Black, Mega Alakazam, Tapu Fini, Crocodile, Metagross, Mienshao, Porygon2, Archeops, Rotom-Mow, Salazzle, and Mantic. So, we're not doing too well in the season, so I figured we'd put a lot more effort into our battles, our prep for the remainder of the season. And if we eventually get knocked out of playoff contention, then we will turn around from intense prep to very heat and memes. But we'll see how that goes first. Make sure that we're out of playoff contention. We could go on a 7 or 8 game win streak or something like that, finish 8-4 or whatever. We already have 4 losses, and 4 losses is like maximum for a league before you get knocked out of playoff contention. In most cases, but we'll see. Our opponent, like I said, is rocking a very scary squad. So I looked at his team and I seen something I wanted to build around, and that's what I did. I chose one mon. I built that mon specifically, and then after I built that mon, I built the other 5 mons to complement the mon that I built around. And so what I have is a lot of offense. I have a lot of offense in this match. I didn't feel like running balance against Kieran Black and Mega Alakazam and Mienshao and whatnot. So I figured I'd run offense versus offense here. So we have Manaphy, Tailglow, 3 attacks, so I can bop basically everything. And I got the Fairy and Z, so if we got a lead Manaphy versus like a lead Kieran Black, we can just click Twinkle Tackle and do a pretty good lot of damage, potentially knock him out. +3 Energy Ball is doing a lot to Fiend. +3 Scald is actually doing a lot to the rest of his team. Don't have anything to hit the Rotom-Mow with, but I do have Charizard and Decidueye in the back, so maybe he's not too inclined to bring Rotom-Mow. Maybe his countermeasures for Manaphy are like having Taunt on some mons, like Alakazam, Fiend, Roar on things like Crocodile and Metagross, and Kieran Black with the Fusion Bolt, Porygon2 with like Discharge or something like that. And Salazzle just outspeeding naturally, Mienshao outspeeding naturally. So I don't know if he'll actually bring the Rotom-Mow, but it's something I want to be prepared for anyway. So like a +3 Dazzling Gleam is doing, depending on his investment, but it's doing like close to half, I guess, with my special attack investment. I am modest natured. As you see, I don't need to go timid. I am outspeeding up to max speed Adamant or Modest Kieran Black, which also outspeeds things like, now these are non-boosting natures, Crocodile, Fini, Mienshao, excuse me, not Mienshao, Metagross, Rotom-Mow, and unless they're max speed with a speed boosting nature. So yeah, Scald hits literally everything on his team. What Scald doesn't hit, Energy Ball and Dazzling Gleam hit for at least neutral damage. So yeah, that's basically it for Manaphy. Next we got Charizard, which is a Swords Dance variant with Dragon Claw, Fire Punch, and Thunder Punch. Now he has the Tapu Fini, which weakens Dragon type attacks, and he's resist my Fire Punch. So I'm packing a Thunder Punch here. I have enough attack investment to if Tapu Fini isn't running any defense and like just running max HP, I have enough. After Swords Dance, Thunder Punch can knock out after rocks, unless it's like Wakan Berry. After a Swords Dance Fire Punch is knocking out everything on his team outside of potential like Archie Ops or Porygon 2, maybe the Kieran Black survives, but I don't expect both the Kieran Black and the Tapu Fini, so it's going to be one or the other. So I don't really see him bringing Kieran Black just to be weakened by Tapu Fini, and I don't see him bringing Tapu Fini just to weaken Kieran Black. So he's going to bring one or the other. Most likely going to bring his Tapu Fini. It's really hard to not bring Kieran Black to a draft league match, but if there's one match he doesn't bring it to, it might be this one. I do have things like Leaky Leaky, Necrozma, and Fortress, which can, take Ice Beams pretty well. Takes Dragon Claws pretty well. Zard outspeeds and knocks out with Dragon Claw unless it's like a Bond Berry, and then you're losing power. So a lot of different reasons that Kieran Black cannot come to this match, and more likely to bring Tapu Fini. Now he could bring both. That's a possibility, and play around his own Misty Terrain. It's a huge possibility. But yeah, so we have enough speed investment to outspeed the Kieran Black, and yeah, just needed enough attack investment to be able to OHKO the Tapu Fini after rocks with a +2 Thunder Punch, unless it's like max HP, max defense, and then just dump the rest in HP. So yeah, that's that. Next up we got Drasil, our Fortress. Stealth Rock, Volt Switch, Gyro Ball, Rapid Spin, very standard set here. Max Spadef as well. Takes on the Alakazam pretty good, unless it's like Hidden Power Fire, which still can't OHKO me. Obviously can't be OHKO thanks to Sturdy, but if I'm like at like 98% or 85% or something, I didn't do specific calcs. That's why I'm running Max, to be honest. But I felt like it would be better to run Max if I'm coming on Kieran Black's Ice Beams, Mega Alakazam Psychic, maybe a Porygon 2 thing, any kind of Porygon 2 attack, Tri-Attack, Ice Beam, Discharge, or whatever, and then Rapid Spin rocks away, or set up my own rocks or something like that. So that's the idea behind that. I didn't really need attack investment because things like Metagross and Crocodile aren't doing much anyway. Archeops isn't doing much anyway. Me and Chow is literally 2-hit KO on me, regardless of my spread, I do think. So, yeah. As you can see, I am actually weak to like reckless high jump kick spam. So I do bring Decidueye as well, which isn't like a check to this to me and Chow. It's just, it should restrain him a little bit from going for the high jump kick so often. I'm rocking the Cobbleberry so that I can take hits from Crocodile. Or I can take one hit from Crocodile. Any kind of knockoff from any other mon that might have it. And I got the Swords Dance Roost and 2 attacks with the Leaf Blade and the Spirit Shackle. So Spirit Shackle's hitting everything on his team outside of Porygon 2 and Crocodile, which Leaf Blade's going to hit pretty hard, which is pretty nice. I thought about running Sucker Punch for the Mega Alakazam or the Salazzle trying to revenge kill me or something like that. But I felt like, since I'm running offense versus offense, that I didn't really need a way to beat his entire team. Just a way to chip things down periodically and set up for my 2 late game mons that you're about to see. So, yeah, we have enough speed. Let's see exactly what we are speed creeping here. What was this? I actually forgot what this was. I just built this team the other day too. I forgot what my speed investment is, but oh yeah, I just run max HP because it allows me to live, a Shadow Ball from Mega Alakazam, knock off from Crook pretty well, Pursuit from Crook. So like if he knocks off, and then I lose my Cobbleberry, then I am actually not in a terrible position because I still have quite a bit of HP investment. And if he does go for knockoff or if he clicks Pursuit, it's dependent. It's situational. It's very situational. But if I know he's going to click knockoff, then I can just stay, or I can switch. If I know he's going to click Pursuit, I can stay in and click Leaf Blade. It's situational though, like I mentioned. Didn't need specific EVs anywhere else, so I dropped the last 128 EVs into attack. My speed is for something, I just don't know what. So yeah, we'll move on to Scolipede next, a life orb variant with Protect, X-Scissor, Poison Jab, and Earthquake. So Protect allows me to outspeed everything on his team, including Choice Scarf mons, outside of Salazzle, which is pretty nice. X-Scissor outgoes Mega Alakazam. Poison Jab does a lot to Tapu Fini. X-Scissor does a lot to Crook. Metagross, Mean Shao gets hit by the Poison Jab. Porygon 2 hit by both. Archeops not really hit by either. Rotomo hit by both. Salazzle hit by the Earthquake. Manpack, I guess, can take hits from my dual stab. Here in Black can take hits from my dual stab as well. But I'm just here to weaken them. And the rest of my team's there to weaken them, and then Scolipede's there to clean it up in janitorial fashion with the life orb and the protect and the speed boost and whatnot. I thought about running Sword Fence over Earthquake, but it wasn't really risky or worth it. I needed a way to hit Salazzle and Metagross super effectively, and yeah, it's just about it. Mega Alakazam could trace my speed boost as well, and we could go, have some mind games on Protect and whatnot, and he may carry Protect himself, but I expect Psychic, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Fire, and maybe Taunt, potentially Thunder Wave, but I do have Decidueye, I do have Stunfisk, so he might be less inclined to bring Thunder Wave, Mega Alakazam, and more likely to bring Taunt. Last but not least, we have our MVP here. As you see, we have 0 IVs. We don't use all of our EVs. We have a max attack Adamant Hitmonlee with enough speed investment to outspeed all Choice Scarf users after an Unburdened boost. We have the Endure, so that we can take hits from literally everything. Literally. I mean that in a literal fashion. Endure makes sure that you survive on 1%, no matter what attack your opponent goes for. So if I have all my conditions met, and I bring in Hitmonlee on Kieran Black, Mega Alakazam, Tapu Fini, Crocodile, Mean Shao, Metagross, Porygon 2, Archeops, Rotomo, Salazzle, or Manpack, I can click Endure, 100% survive their hit, be brought down to 1%, which will activate my Lychee Berry, which will give me an attack boost, which also activates my Unburden ability, which gives me a ×2 speed boost, and then Reversal is then a 200 base power, account for same type attack bonus, and it's a 300 base power move. Fake Out and Knockoff. Fake Out's literally there just to disguise my set. Knockoff is there only for the Mega Alakazam if I want to, or the Porygon 2. If I need, say Hitmonlee is not the winner. If I need to set up for Charizard or Scolipede or Manaphy or something like that, I can click Knockoff on the Porygon 2, which is nice. I can get rid of potential Scarfs on other mons like Rotomo and Salazzle, which allows Manaphy to have a better time after a Z-Rain dance. And that's basically it for Knockoff. But Fake Out's there to disguise my set. I can bring it in, click Fake Out, and he's going to think okay, he's a Fake Out, maybe close combat set, Fake Out, close combat, Knockoff, Poison Jab, that makes sense, just to disguise my set. Yeah, I guess that's basically it. I thought about running close combat or another fighting stab over Knockoff or Fake Out. I didn't know which one. Most likely taking Knockoff off of my set, but ultimately decided that Knockoff and Reversal would be fine. If I got into a position where I needed to attack before getting my Lychee my lychee berry boost, my unburdened boost without popping off an end gear, then I would just be in a shitty situation anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. But yeah, Hitmonlee's the mon we built around. The rest of the team complements Hitmonlee to weaken Topofini, weaken Mega Alakazam, and the Metagross, Kieran Black, and whatnot. And then Hitmonlee can come in and do its thing. What could potentially stop me is this set specifically would be like Fake Out Me and Chow or Bullet Punch Metagross. But throughout the match I'll be able to scout for that. So we'll go ahead and hop into the replay now. Alright, so here we are with the replay, and he brings a pretty scary squad. He brings the Archeops, the Topofini, which is expected. No Kieran Black, like I mentioned. Metagross, Rotomo, Mega Alakazam, and Crocodile. That key matchup, I thought, Hitmonlee, I did think Hitmonlee had a pretty solid matchup. I just had to watch out for the Bullet Punch on the Metagross, and watch out for a Topofini. Need to weaken that thing, and then my game plan can come into fruition. Yeah, just basically wanted to start the match out getting my rocks up. Now he could potentially lead with a Taunter, Alakazam, Crocodile, or he could lead with one of his own Stealth Rockers, Archeops, Metagross with Crocodile. I felt like Crocodile was a pretty good lead for him because he could prevent rocks with Taunt as well as setting them up himself. But in that case, I can just rapid spin away with rocks anyway. So I'm going to lead with my Fortress and get up my own rocks. So he sets up his, I set up mine, and now he reveals Hidden Power Fire. So pretty nice take there on the Metagross. I'm just going to rapid spin. I know he's going to get his rocks up again, so I'm just going to go ahead and rapid spin again, condition him into the Hidden Power Fire. And so now that he's he kind of realizes that I'm not going to allow rocks, I should hard switch into my Zard on the Hidden Power Fire, but I actually don't. I know the play, I just don't make an aggressive one there into my Zard. I just Volt Switch out instead. I should have hard switched into my Zard there, and I'd have kept 50% on my Fortress, which would have been nice. So my opponent chooses to stay in and get rocks up, I guess thinking he would live a hit. He may have been AV to live a hit, but who knows. Fire Punch into Thunder Punch 100% guarantees a knockout here, unless he's Wakan Berry, which he is. It goes for the Nature's Madness and misses. That's not going to matter. I don't want to say, hacks don't matter against me, it only matters, or hacks don't matter against my opponents, it only matters against me. But that Nature's Madness didn't miss. It 100% guarantees does half to whatever my HP already is. So it would have only did 50%, meaning he would have been knocked out by this Fire Punch regardless, and I would be at 50%. Maybe it would prevent him from going for Stone Edge right now. He could have went to maybe Alakazam instead and hit me with a Psychic and hope that it did half. Or clicked Earthquake here without risking the Stone Edge. But now he's forced to risk the Stone Edge, which I'm just going to leave Zard in. I didn't want Archeops to do anything weird or U-turning out or anything like that. So I'm just going to stay in and click Thunder Punch again. Zard's did his job. He's weakened the Topofini for my Hitmonlee, so I'm okay. Now going to my Manaphy, and I want to scare this thing out. I could potentially go for Ice Beam here, so I don't necessarily agree with hard into Rotom, especially if Rotom is your switch. He could have been Yachi Berry as well though, because he never shows an item. Just for the discharge here as I go into my Decidueye. I get paralyzed. A bit unfortunate. It's not the end of the world though, as long as I can continuously break through, because I don't actually need speed. I'm outsped by the majority of his team, maybe the entirety of his team. So it goes into Crick here as I do get my Roost off, so a bit fortunate there. I do not expect a Pursuit as I'm paralyzed. Maybe if he predicted me to sack my Fortress, then he would go for Pursuit there. But yeah, that is my play, is to sack my Fortress and go into my Manaphy. So he's potentially locked in the knockoff, but he actually reveals that he's not. And I go for the Twinkle Tackle, and it does not knock him out. He shows the Roar, which is pretty nice. roars me out to hit one lead, and I don't want to reveal anything yet, so I'm just going to click the knock off there. Don't want to reveal anything whatsoever. I'm going to hard switch back out into my mana key because I know like I can live a meteor mash. If he goes for Zen headbutt, it's a little bit unlikely because it doesn't really match up well with my team to begin with, so I didn't expect Zen headbutt to be there. So got in a position here where I live the Shadow Ball and knock out the Alakazam, but I get paralyzed. Spirit Shatter's not a guaranteed knockout, but it's pretty close. But yeah, so he knocks out my Decidueye with the Psychic, so I'll go into my Scolipede here, and I can click Protect and get a speed boost, and then do decent damage to his team. Except I can't hit the Archeops really hard, so it's kind of scary here. The main thing I want to do here is see if he wants to preserve his Alakazam. If he doesn't care about his Alakazam, then his other mons could be his win condition. And if he doesn't care about his Alakazam, then Hitmonlee has the perfect opportunity to set up here and make the comeback for me. So I'm not going to click Protect, and yeah, he doesn't even fear Protect and goes straight for the Psychic, knocks out my Scolipede. So the reason I didn't click Protect was because if he went hard into Metagross, then Protect was a waste of turn, and Life Orb Earthquake, Life Orb X Scissor doesn't knock out. So I wanted to get chip on that so I could potentially 2-hit KO it or put it in range of Manaphy or Hitmonlee. So yeah, that was the plan behind it. But he doesn't need his Alakazam apparently, so now I know that he's going to click Psychic here as well, and I can just click my Endure and start this process. So I get my Endure off, live the Psychic 100%. The Lychee Berry pops. I now have +1 attack, +2 speed. He goes into his Rotom mode. I click Knock Off. So Knock Off was kind of a misplay there because it, depending on his Alakazam set, it might not have knocked out. If he's like max speed, max special attack, then it more than likely would have knocked out. But it was a roll, so a little bit scary there. I wanted to cancel my click and hit reversal, but didn't have enough time. But he switches out, so if the Alakazam comes back in, he might think I'm going to click Knock Off, which I'm not. I'm going to click reversal. Here is the moment of truth. Does he have the Bullet Punch as his last move? Stealth Rock, Meteor Mash, Hidden Power Fire, and is Bullet Punch the last move? No, it is not. And reversal is going to get the sweep here if it can knock out the Alakazam. And Hitmonlee gets one more kill. Come on, one more. Don't be Scarf Archeops. And we get it. So Hitmonlee bringing it back, putting the team on his back and bringing it back. So yeah, really happy with the way the team played. Against my opponent, outside of the para, nothing too much mattered, I don't think. Maybe the Nature's Madness miss changed how he played, and he could have brought his Alakazam in instead of his Archeops, but literally everything only needed one round of rocks to be in range of reversal after Tapu Fini went down. So yeah, that's going to be that. Good game again. And yeah, we're going to be moving on to 2 and 4, and we have a lot of catching up to do. So yeah, look out for the UBC and whatnot. And yeah, we'll be back with our battles week 7 battle next week. So yeah, look out for that. And yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the prep and the battles, prep on both sides and the plays on both sides, and the battle overall. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.